Alright, let's just rip the band-aid off before Polin stands start sharpening their quills. I did not like season 3. And if you're already typing an essay in the comments about how much I don't get Polin, you're right, I don't. But I'm gonna try to fix this season anyway. I spent all of season 3 confused, bewildered, and spiritually disoriented by whatever was going on with Colin. If there was ever a season to finally understand this man, it should have been during his Bridgerton season. Instead, we got Penelope doing everything she could to protect her Fortune 500 company, and the Feathering sisters competing in the Great Air Olympics. We started the season barely knowing Colin, and we ended the season barely knowing Colin. But now he has a wife he was sorta kinda always friends with, but not really. And please don't get me started about him suddenly being a rake. The best part about Colin was that he was kind and wore his heart on his sleeve. Sure, season 3 was about him being lost and adopting a persona that didn't fit, but recycling the rake storyline when he never was one felt like lazy writing, and all the winking in episode 1 gave me the ick. I hate to say it, but it never went away. Instead of trying to rewrite his character DNA, we should have gotten more introspective scenes. Was he affected by his dad's passing? I don't know, it was never brought up. We could have had flashbacks or emotional moments of Colin not feeling accomplished. We got hints of that, but they could have expanded on it because it was supposed to be half of his love story after all. I said it in my season 1 fix-it video, but I have to say it again. Polin fans accept and defend the writers giving this couple the bare minimum over the years. Colin should have definitively been friends until Colin insulted Penelope. If they were truly friends, their first kiss should have reflected that, and the moment needs to be centered on Colin. He shows up at her door because he's genuinely worried after she runs away from the ball. He also realizes he's been a part of the same narrative that paints Penelope as unwanted, just like the rest of the ton. And seeing how deeply hurt and embarrassed she is by it, it hits him harder. He should have apologized again for throwing away years of friendship for a quick laugh with the men of the ton. He could have said it pains him deeply and he doesn't know why anyone would question her beauty or intellect, as he and the ton foolishly do. There's tension, confusion, and Colin doesn't understand why he's pouring his heart out like this. But they kiss. He pulls away and says it was a mistake, that he was caught up in the moment, and he should have never kissed his friend like that. He regrets it and leaves while Penelope is too stunned to speak. That would have built up tension and forced them both to confront their feelings separately, and when they're together feel awkward around each other because they each think the other regrets it. A moment like this should have been grounded in their friendship because it makes Colin an active participant in a moment he initiated. And since we're talking about Colin being romantic, was that proposal the best string of words the writers could come up with for the love of his life, Penelope? It was the Regency equivalent to "here damn." It wasn't romantic, and Penelope deserved something better than that after all her pining. Frankly, Colin deserved to say something better because he wants to be a writer. Each season, it feels like we see less and less of the Bridgerton siblings interacting. But the writers never miss the opportunity to show the Featherington sisters as if the show was called The Featheringtons. Since it's called Bridgerton, the Bridgerton siblings should get their allotted screen time. Eloise was off with Cressida, which was random, and I'm confused why we didn't get any follow-up with Eloise's feelings towards Theo. Eloise felt like she reset and they only focused on her and Penelope's friendship breakup. I would have loved to see her confide in Kate, who wouldn't have judged her. I also have no memory of Francesca and Colin ever interacting in season 3. Anthony is always on honeymoon with Kate, who hasn't been given the chance as the new Viscountess to run Bridgerton House, introduce Francesca into society, or organize balls. But yes, by all means, let's watch the Featherington sisters and their husbands. I feel like I sound bitter about the Featheringtons, and I am. They took up so much screen time in season 2, and basically the whole of season 3 was about them. If we saw less of them in the previous season, I wouldn't mind being in the Featherington household more. There are so many Bridgerton sibling dynamics that are never explored, so I can't help but point blame at the screen-hogging culprits. As I've said, a lot of storylines and conflict in the first 2 seasons were engineered for Penelope and Lady Whistledown, which is why I don't think the reveal should have happened in season 1. The mystery should have been revealed in season 3. I quite enjoyed the power struggle between Cressida and Penelope, but the final reveal in front of the ton was ass. Pen had almost ruined the lives of both Marina and Eloise just to get a smile and nod from Queen Charlotte when she finally reveals herself. They unnecessarily upped the stakes for 2 seasons just to write the most anticlimactic climax imaginable to the Lady Whistledown arc. It also confuses me how the ton was so accepting, or even the Bridgertons. I wish they never made her so rude, bitter, or vindictive. You actually think she would have written more about Cressida, but her main focus was the Bridgertons, and we're supposed to believe her new in-laws were just fine with her being the town gossip. I have no idea why the writers backed themselves into a corner just to wave a magic wand and release butterflies after. With the ridiculousness of that moment, I immediately shut down my brain and I haven't come up with a better fix. I just know it shouldn't have happened like that. I'm intrigued by the Lady Whistledown storyline in season 4, with the ton knowing and actively trying to bring her gossip, so I can't say the reveal shouldn't have been public. Penelope should have faced some consequences, not harsh ones, but something. If the end goal was to wash the ton anew with a simple speech, they should have kept Lady Whistledown simple. The theatrics of the past season didn't match what should have been an overdramatic moment in the future. Sorry, this Fix It episode is more me ranting than fixing. There were more moments that I didn't like than I did, but I still don't have the best solution on how to fix the season. What I gave you is kind of all I got. This has been my Bridgerton Fix It series. I don't know if I'll do a season 4 Fix It because I'm really enjoying the season so far, and things just flow like they should. Let me know in the comments if you agree or if you'd fix any more moments in season 3. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.